Go.
Guys, welcome to the Football Den. It's time for a FPL discussion, a long awaited FPL discussion, because after the chaotic game week 17, 18, and 19, I am honestly looking forward to 20 because everyone's come out either scathed or someone's come out with an edge, and things have gotten very interesting in the FPL front. Me personally, I am the last week's winner and I ate the chicken dinner, which is why Rohit Pathare, Mr. Patty, has chickened out and not shown up today. But I've still got Karan here with me. And how was your week, Karan? What do you think about game week 20? Uh, Considering everything that went down in 18, 19, and of course 17.
Well, Gimmick 18-19 could have been much better for me. I sold John Stones to get Cancelo, and that definitely did not pan out so well. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Cancelo missed the game. He's played the second one, but just a clean sheet when John Stones
Oh
went
fuck,
on
that
to
was such
give.
a fun one.
Yeah. But then again, uh, let's look forward to Game Week 20, and hopefully I can cover up the points I lost in Game Week 19. And I've been saying this for a while now, but I'm not able to cover up for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and since you've been the one who's constantly been on the back foot, so let me just ask you again, what are the lessons that you have learned in the past three game weeks that you're gonna take into game week 20?
Some of the lessons, I think one of the main lessons would be that always trust that the big teams will give you a clean sheet no matter what. There will be some odd fixtures where they concede a few goals, but City and I think it's just City for now who can guarantee you a clean sheet because Liverpool sure don't look like they can give you clean sheets. They've
Yeah,
conceded.
I was just gonna ask you about that because you said the big teams are gonna give you clean sheets. At this point, can we really tell who the big teams are in the Premier League?
Well, that's difficult. I read this meme yesterday which said that, if like Bruno only scores against small teams, and if Bruno scores against your team, it's a small team. And guess who Bruno scored against yesterday?
Oh yeah, we're burning the haters, we're burning the rivals, but we gotta consider that it was the FA Cup. But what a strike from Bruno! 3-2, Manchester United, top of the table. That's a discussion for another day. But let's get straight into FPL because I'm sure our viewers are waiting to know our captain choices, our game week bring-ins, game week outs. So let's start with the first section. Why don't you introduce the first section for me?
Okay, the first section that we're gonna go with today is potential stonks, I would say. So potential stonks is the player who we think is going to do well in the mid midterm, I would say, like in the next five fixtures or so, and those are the players that we're looking to bring in. And who would your pick be for potential stonks this week?
I mean, it's not a very popular choice, but I think it's going to start becoming popular because of this dude's fixtures. And also considering, okay, first let me introduce the dude. It's Phil Foden for me. And the plain obvious peanut butter and jelly reason for this is that Kevin De Bruyne is out for a few weeks. And we know who has been carrying on the mantle for Pep. And this dude is a guaranteed starter in my eyes because he had been starting even with Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling. So when De Bruyne is not here, he's definitely gonna get his chance. And I don't even want to say like he's gonna get his chance because he's been such a crucial part of the team. He's been scoring goals, he's been giving assists, and you can see he's a part of the transition when they take the ball from behind to ahead. So he is a definite shout for me. First of all, his price range is amazing in the 6 point something millions, which is amazing. Secondly, his fixtures coming up, West Brom. And are you kidding me? Is there a better time to get City players? I don't think so. Um, the alternative to him would be, of course, Sterling, but I don't know if everyone has the appetite to take that kind of a risk. Because Sterling has of course been a little up and down, although he's given consistent points in the last few. Um, if I had the cash, and I do, I would go for Sterling. But if you're looking for a value for money signing for De Bruyne, I would say it's Phil Foden.
What do you think about Gundogan since we're on City? Gundogan's been giving pretty decent returns, and he is going up ahead and taking his chances, scoring some G's, providing some assists. So, do you think that Gundogan would be a good alternative to people who don't want to go with?
Shout, he's definitely a decent shout. But then again, who do you expect to attack more? Gundogan is getting those G's in the last few matches by putting some fucking fabulous performances, and not even overall performances. It's like moments of magic where he picks up the ball and he lashes it, and you can see it curl past. But how often do you think that's going to happen? I feel Phil Foden is someone who's going to be in there to put the tap ins. He's going to be in there to try to create. He might even win you a penalty. You never know. So Phil Foden is definitely the way to go for me. How
Well,
about your choice?
for me, it has to be James Madison. He's been in cracking form in the last few
Nice
games.
shout. Good shout.
For sure. And the only worry with Madison is that Jamie Vardy has been ruled out for a couple of weeks as well. So whether or not he will be able to, provide service to the other strikers and the wingers that Leicester have is the real question. But I think I'm ready to take that punt, considering that he is also a long range shooter and he can, really get those shots from outside as well as inside
He's
the
been
box.
red hot from. You're right. You're right. And did you watch his interview after
Oh yeah.
after the previous game?
Yep.
Very interesting stuff.
Yep.
And you can see the character of this dude, and you can see the ability as well. And when you're gonna mix these two, and he has the vision and the appetite for goals, I think he can do some big things, especially when Vardy is not in such a red hot scoring form.
Definitely.
So yeah, I would say Madison also for his price range as well. 7 point something, right?
7.2 now. Yes.
Yeah. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And Leicester's in it. They're like what 2 points off the top. So why not? Why not? I think these are really good options.
And he'd also be a differential considering he's owned by less than 10% of the FPL owners. So I think if you're looking for someone who can, provide you with an edge over the other teams, then I think James Madison is the way to go, as well as Phil Foden, but sure.
All right. So we've got this covered. But what are we looking at next? What's in store for us now?
So our next, what do you say, section is called No Trash for Trash. So No Cash for Trash is where we look to sell players or remove players who are not in good form or who we think won't be giving us good returns over the next few fixtures. And my cash for trash for this week has to be Andy Robertson. I mean, it had to be a Liverpool defender, didn't it?
The man yelling in Mason Greenwood's ears
Oh man.
while he's taking a shot. Those dirty tactics, Liverpool, the way you have stooped, how the tables have turned, I'm loving it.
I'm sure every United fan is loving it because, well, we all know that watching Liverpool's downfall is what we like more than United going up. But okay.
Yeah, but honestly, I would say this is a strange one coming into this stage of the season because you would expect Liverpool defenders to be racking up points. I understand that without Virgil van Dijk, they are struggling a lot in the defending department. But Trent and Robertson were never really about that clean sheet anyway. You knew they were always up there trying to cross the ball in, trying to get their assist, sometimes get their odd G. But that's just not happening for them. They're not clicking. Their play style has definitely changed. You can see that in the game. And if not now, I don't know when you're going to get rid of these players because I'm sure that Robertson has given decent returns in the earlier part of the season. But if you want to cut loose and get, like I said, like Robertson himself is around 7.2 million. For the same price range, you're getting Phil Foden and you're getting James Madison. I just don't see the point in keeping him. So that's a really good shout. But what also interests me is that don't you think there are a lot of players that we don't have the cash and we want to trash this time around this season?
For sure. There's a lot of them, but you gotta stick to your guns, see what works best for you and your team, and just go with the flow.
Yeah, consider because you must consider removing the people who are weighing on your
Team.
budget as well, right? And that's why my no cash for trash is Kurt Zuma. I don't really think I need to explain my choice here. He has played the last two games, which is very strange because considering he is one of the best defenders at Chelsea, however you want to put that. uh, and you would always expect him to start. And I did miss out on his fucking clean sheet, that odd, rare clean sheet in the recent times. So I'm pissed about that. So this is not a revenge. This is not a revenge removal. It's pretty straightforward. They're transitioning into a different kind of a team. Now that we have got breaking news, Frank Lampard, our beloved PE teacher, has been sacked.
Yeah.
And
So
we've got Tuchel coming in. Yeah, so we never know what this landscape of. So in general, I would advise you to stay away from Chelsea players. Um, but if you are a gambling man and you want to take a punt and you feel like no one else is definitely gonna go for someone like Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, even Mason Mount, however clinical he has been in the recent times. If you're a gambling man, go for it. But I don't want to be in that position, so I'm just gonna steer off all Chelsea players.
So talking about Chelsea, so one of my friend, so I posted the story where Fabrizio said that they're gonna sack Lampard, and one of my friend asked me that why sack Lampard after a win against Luton Town, and I had like I had a reaction that would, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what I told him. I was like, Chelsea is
Yeah.
like that girlfriend who pretends that it's all good and it's all fine when everything is really toxic. And at the same time, she's secretly talking to people who might succeed you. And at a convenient time, she will say that, okay, it's over. She'll end it on good terms, but both of you all know that, it's not good terms. This reminded
I
me of
think
someone I used to know, but yeah,
it all stemmed from that toxic fucking press conference that Lampard had before the game, and you could just see that it's getting on his nerves, and he's too small for this club. I mean, the club is too big for him. The other way around, yeah.
yep.
The club is too big for him, and it was time for him to go. But let's leave that to a later day, and let's move on to our last section, which is
The special one.
yes, the special one. We've got Salah in the house, who is my favorite for this section, and you know what's happening with Liverpool. We know he's not the best choice right now. We know that he scored a 2 against United, but then again, I don't bring FA up about this Premier League. We had De Bruyne, and now De Bruyne is out of the window. He is out with an injury. We've got Harry Kane, who's a decent shout, but
He's playing
I
Liverpool.
wouldn't say. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say he's the best choice against Liverpool. So who do we come down to?
It's
Who
one
has
man.
been the king of assists and the king of goals since he's entered the Premier League?
So you mean the king
One
of the
man
Premier
and
League?
one manner. Sorry?
The king of the Premier League, all in all.
Oh yeah, the new king. That's the new king.
The new
and
king.
that's Bruno Fernandes. And that's about it. I just need to say this word. Sheffield United. Manchester United playing them at home. Bruno in red hot form. Scoring free kicks. Penalties as usual. And giving sweet assists. And when you see the players around Bruno right now, the way they are combining, the way they are hungry for goals, I don't see a better opportunity to captain a person other than Bruno.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts?
With Rashford out, I would say Bruno is the best captaincy shout out, not only from a United perspective, but from a FPL perspective, because I don't think
Yeah, exactly.
anyone else in that bracket really can rack up the points this game week. I would have said James Madison, but then again, with Jamie Vardy injured, it's not assured that he will give you the points. But with Bruno, you just know, right? He can give you a penalty, he can give you an assist, he can create a penalty, he can.
There's no real reason to dig trenches for this one because it's a I mean,
It's a
come on,
given.
guys. Seriously, do you really need an explanation for this?
For sure.
Captain Bruno and reap the rewards, and that's it from my side. And we're really happy to see our viewers increase from 2 to 4. So thank you for that, guys.
It was actually
As usual-
11, but yeah,
not bad. Okay.
for
But
sure.
as usual, Thank you for supporting us. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you for the next one.
Peace.